Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to talk about something really important concerning the coming of the Lord and the time we are living in. I'm gonna try to summarize and be as brief as I can, but let's see where are we at uh, in in the book of Revelation, mostly like from the seals of of the book. When I speak about the seal, I speak about the seal which John saw in the hand of of God, and which Jesus took and start opening them. um So I believe we are very near to the end. Uh, and when I read and I try to understand, I can say we're between the fifth and the sixth seal. Why? It's because the first four seals, which the Lamb opened, and one of the beasts called for something to be, because we know there are four beasts and like around the throne of God, and every one of them called for something to be, and something was. The first beast, upon the opening of the first seal, the first beast called for something to be, which we know was someone who was given power and victory and the throne, and he went to conquer. I believe that was the spirit of the Antichrist, because I know someone can say, okay, this will happen when the Antichrist will come upon the scene here on earth. But what I can say is the Antichrist has been around for a long time. Only he hasn't been revealed, but he has been around for a long time. I believe, if you read the Bible at some point, Paul um, spoke about the spirit of the Antichrist being around, but the guy hasn't been revealed because he's being like, he's being like held, like, there is a resistant power, which held him in hide, right? So what I can say is the Antichrist, the spirit of the Antichrist came, or has been given power by the opening of the first seal, and by the calling of one of the beasts, calling upon, that authority, or allowing that power of the Antichrist to take over. And that happened, and it has been around for a long time. Well, we can see it in many ways, in evil being increasingly, you know, by evil being increasingly, taking over. And that has been like since the Lord was was ascending, you know. Um, and since the Lord has been in heaven, we have seen that the evil took power. The first Christian was killed, were killed, you know. The first Christian, beginning by Jacob. I'm sorry, Jacob. Mostly I read in French, that's why. Uh, um, and he has been, beheaded, and many of the disciples were killed that way, and many of the first Christians, and we know that has been around for a long time, and it's not just by being killed; it has also been by the false doctrines, by evil, by by hate, by crimes, by wars, by every single thing of the darkness world. And the first seal gave power unto that man, or unto that you know that person to take power, to it gave power to control, to conquer. So it looks like it will be increasingly, you know going up, or it will be increasingly taking over the earth little by little until the end. And when the second seal was opened, it doesn't mean that the first seal stopped to to work. No, it just means that the second seal was an addition to the first seal. It was an addition to the first seal, and the work of the first seal continued. Then something else was added unto it, and we know that the second seal, when it was open, the second beast called to existence, or called to you know give authority to this second spirit, or power. um and we know hunger and famine took over. So we know that this thing has been around for a long time. We can't say it's something just which is coming, because we know, like, this 19 1958 to 1961, China famine. We know these famine which still around, going on everywhere. um we know that it's working, even in this these first world countries. um what I can say, if you're looking very deep, is just surviving by some little time. We know that any time around, things can break. You know how this you know um delivering chain is being stopped, and we know the shortages of food everywhere. So it's something which is not very strong. How our lives here in Western countries is kind of good, but we know that anytime something can happen suddenly and stop even these first countries to have whatever people want. And this at least has been around for a long time in these third world countries, second world countries. And famine is something which people are experiencing every single day. That has been around for a long time. We know about the third seal, and how death and you know people are being killed all around by animals and whatever. And we know how wars has been around. And I'm not going like in every single seal, like you know but what I can say is war has been around. If you look like the first world war was around 13 to 30 something, and a lot of people get killed, and it was almost 10 millions of people. And the second world war was like between 50 to 80 millions of people. And these are like prophecy being fulfilled. These words meant a lot in prophecy. And if someone is like just expecting to a very big war to come to to fulfill what prophecy said about end times, that, and not considering those war which passed, that is being just leading astray. That is being out of point. So the prophecy has been fulfilled for long, very, very, very long time, and it has been fulfilled very well. And when you study in depth, okay, the scriptures, you will find out that we are very far in prophecy. We are real very far, and you have to be awakened to understand where we are at. And upon my understanding, I can feel and I understand that we are around the fifth seal and the sixth seal. So all those fourth seals has been accomplished, and they're still going on, because when a seal is being fulfilled